What's happening, fellas? Welcome to the June auction at the New England Motorcycle Museum. We've got a lot of awesome custom bikes coming up. Every bike we show you, there'll be a full video on the channel, probably 10 minutes long or more of the bike running. So this is going to be a quick teaser. Go to the channel. There'll be a link at kaplancycles.com for every bike in the auction. The first one coming up is an absolutely stunning Ducati 750 F1. This is a 1985 model, the F1A. This is basically a street legal factory racer. It's absolutely gorgeous. The colors, the bike, it has a cult following, very popular in the cafe racing community. Full disclosure on this one in the video, so check it out. And if you have any questions about any of the bikes, give us a call, 860-454-7024. The next bike up is a classic 1978 Triumph 750 Bombal. This one's had a full frame-off restoration. It is absolutely stunning. The paint, the fit and finish, the if you take a look at the brake system on it, the chrome, everything's absolutely beautiful. The paint job is one of the nicest I've ever seen. Full video on this one with this one running. Check it out. Here's a bike that I had an awful lot of fun test riding and dyno testing. 234 rear wheel horsepower, the world's largest production motorcycle engine, 2,300 cc's. Zoom in, you'll see the Carpenter Racing logo. Full video on this. Matter of fact, they have 3 videos on this on the channel. We'll probably have more video on this bike than any other bike in the auction. It looks like a touring bike, but it's a fire-breathing dragon that'll dust a Hayabusa or Ducati Diavel. Check out the videos. Just under $30,000 tied up in this thing, and the reserve is a fraction of that. So someone's going to be getting one world-class bike. And hey, you can tell your wife it's a comfy cruiser. She won't realize that you just bought a bracket racer capable of 9-second quarter miles. Up is a Buell Blast, probably the #1 beginner's motorcycle. They use this in more motorcycle riders tests than any other bike made. If the motor looks familiar, it's a half Harley-Davidson Sportster cylinder, totally bulletproof, kick-ass little machine. You can't beat it. Full video on the channel. Check it out at kaplancycles.com. Guys, check out this classic Harley-Davidson Sportster, Ironhead Sportster, one of my all-time favorite engines. This thing's completely tricked out and pimped out. It's got a Showa upside down front end, Tokiko triple disc brakes, full custom aluminum swing arm, handmade exhaust. It's a 1000 cc XLCH. It's a fire breathing dragon. It's got a shotgun style straight exhaust, brand new tires, brand new brakes, brand new chain, and the motor's just had a complete rebuild from the cases on up. She's ready to go. Check out the video. That's a kick-ass piece. Now we're getting into the stuff that I absolutely loved from my childhood. This is a Harley-Davidson FXR. This is the one that was voted the nicest by all the guys that work here. They love this one. This thing's ready to rumble. Full Masani road rage exhaust. Custom paint job. It's just been completely gone through, over 10 grand between paint, chrome, suspension, tires. It's completely redone. Ready for another 30 years. Check out the video on that. It's a kick-ass piece. This next bike should need no introduction. This is a classic Harley-Davidson FXLR. One of the few remaining original paint bikes. They made about 1,200 of these. Most of them were ridden into the ground. Take a close look at the 80 spoke chrome wheels on here. Original factory paint. This thing is absolutely beautiful. The saddle's beautiful, the bags, the exhaust, the rims. Stunning machine. Very low miles. Check out the video online. You won't find a nicer one anywhere in the country. We got the Manic Mechanic on the next one here. This is the first Harley-Davidson Screamin Eagle CVO motorcycle ever made in the York, Pennsylvania plant. Absolutely freaking gorgeous. 3,500 miles. It's basically a brand new motorcycle with over 5 grand in custom wheels, brakes, brand new tires, tuned to perfection. It's as good as a day at roll off the showroom floor. Check out the full video on this one. This is a world-class piece. If you're looking for an FXR, your ship has come in. This is one of my all-time favorites. My personal bike is a 2007 Screamin Eagle Dyna, same thing as this, the blue and silver. This is a silver and black ice model, just beautiful. This is absolutely the nicest one I've seen since 2007. Check this thing out. It is freaking spotless. The only deviation from original stock is the Vance & Hines exhaust and the Screamin Eagle intake. The rest of it is 100% original, plus the new tires. It don't get no better than this. Guys, check out this classic. We spent over a year restoring this one. This is a 1972 first year 360 MX. The Manic Mechanic Jeff Castine did a full frame up restoration on it. Nickel plated the cylinder. This thing is an absolute rocket ship for the era. You look at the wheels, everything's brand new. Rims, spokes, everything.
Ready for vintage racing.
Ready for vintage racing. Check out the full video. I think it was a 15-minute video that's on the channel. It'll be in the link in the auction. Stunning piece. Next one up is another completely rebuilt DT175. The mechanic bored this one, put a new piston in it, new tires, new fork seals. We probably went too far on it, but we couldn't resist it as usual. Look at this classic lines on this beautiful memory maker from the time machine here at the New England Motorcycle Museum. Next up is a Yamaha XS850. This is a triple 3-cylinder. This is the Midnight Special, black and gold. Beautiful classic. This came from a collection of 13 vintage big bore motorcycles you'll see coming up. Check out the gold rims on it. The Midnight Special is an iconic classic. This thing runs like brand new. Check out the video. Guys, check this out. Look at this lineup here. Kenny, before he rolls them up, this is the entire Yamaha YZ lineup from 1982. Probably a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to get, and they're all pristine, museum-quality pieces, every one of them. Most of them are new, never ridden, or a couple hours ride time on them. They're not restored, they're originals. Full videos on every one of these. There's probably an hour and a half of videos covering every one of these. So we're just gonna quickly show you these, roll them through, and tell you a little bit about them. The first one's the 82 YZ650. This is the dream bike that a lot of guys like pros like Gerald Rothman Jr. got the start on. This one is an absolutely pristine, original condition, no excuses bike. The next one up is the 2-stroke liquid-cooled YZ80. These are all liquid-cooled. This one's another dream bike, beautiful piece. Most of these got destroyed by kids like me that would rode the wheels off these things every day. To find not even one, I challenge you to find one, I challenge you to find one 1982 model, let alone the full lineup like this. Find one 1982 model anywhere in the country as nice as any of these, let alone the whole collection. If you want to buy the whole collection, give us a call, 860-454-7024, because they're going up tonight. Once it starts, there'll be some buy it nows and there'll be bids on them. They're going to start disappearing. This is a YZ100, absolute dream bike, same size as a 125. Phenomenal motorcycle, even by today's standards. Air-cooled, phenomenal machine. That's a dream bike. The next one up is basically a brand new YZ125. Absolutely stunning. Original wheels. All original, right down to the tip of the muffler. Absolutely stunning YZ125 2-stroke. Again, this is the whole lineup here. The next one up is the YZ250 2-stroke. This bike is an absolute rocket ship. Dirt Bike said it won every hole shot when they tested against 6 other manufacturers. This bike won every hole shot, and I tell you, it's an absolute ripper. This thing is fast and beautiful, and it's basically brand new. This came from the Chris Hendricks collection. Chris told me that of all the bikes, he said this 250 was like the one he liked the most. And
that thing is total magic.
It's magic, and it's basically brand new. Original paint on the cylinder and engine and everything. The next thing up is a big bore monster. This is a 490. This is the top of the line model here. This is the flagship from Yamaha, and this is an air-cooled absolute ripper. All original, just beautiful. The next one up is the same bike, but without the fork boots on it, basically the same exact motorcycle. So you have two 490s. So if you want to buy a backup one for your collection, or you want to buy one of these, I suggest you click to buy it now or start bidding, because you're not going to find original. These all have the original wheels, original everything on them. They're beautiful. Full videos on every one of these bikes. This is a landmark collection that I have not seen anything like this come up in the industry, and I've been in this industry for many, many moons. I haven't, and this is what we do. We search for these kind of collections. I wish we could keep it for the museum. We don't have the funds to hang on to these. Plus, if you look around, this entire floor is packed with motorcycles. We have 3 floors full of motorcycles. 100 of them are going up for sale this month. Our loss, your gain. You won't find another collection like this. Buy them or wish you did, because you're never going to find another set like this. This is a classic that'll certainly get your blood flowing. This is the European model or Canadian model YZ490, red and white. Wheel it up here a little bit farther so you can get a closer glimpse at it. Lighting's a little bit better up here. Absolutely stunning, original classic, original exhaust, everything. It's got the modern Hoosier tires on here. This is ready to go to the line at the Unadilla MX Vintage Rewind. This is a kick-ass machine. It's a head turner. Full video at kaplancycles.com. The next couple ones up are from the Enduro collection. This one is a IT465. This is probably the lowest mileage 465 anywhere in the United States. We purchased this from a collector who had 2, the 175 and the 465. This is all original. The wheels, It's just absolutely beautiful. It has an upgraded, larger than stock Clark tank for all-day riding. It runs and rides and looks like a brand new bike. Headlight, everything on it, beautiful. Full video on this one on the channel too. The next one up is kind of a resto mod. This one's been modernized with the IT 490 black wheels, upgraded tires, gold chain, black sprocket. It just looks the business. This is a big bore two-stroke. Take a look, zoom in on the shock on this thing. This is a very low hour original that's been resto mod. By that resto mod, I mean it's been modernized with modern grips, new fork boots, newer tires, gold chain and sprocket. It's an absolutely stunning piece. I got a great video of this online. Check it out. Check this out. This is from the Kenny Ives, formerly Kaplan Kawasaki, hooked us up with this. This is basically a brand new two-stroke 2007 last year, the Kawasaki KX250. We couldn't resist modernizing it with a full Steiger graphics package, one-off graphics. You'll never see another one like it. Full Pro Circuit exhaust, Pro Circuit engine covers. Just an absolute stunning time capsule, 2007. This bike has the original tires on it, less than 2 hours. Check out the video, full video online with us riding it up at the compound. Kick-ass piece. You won't find another one unless you find one in the crate that's nicer than this. Guys, check this out. You're not going to see another one of these on the road. This is a Kawasaki KZ1300. This is what's considered a hyper bike, a 1300cc, 6-cylinder, liquid-cooled, technological marvel. This thing's 100% original except for the left side cover. 10,000 miles. This came from the collection, 13 bike collection. There were 3 of these in the collection. We've got 2 that are ready for this month's auction. The other one's coming up, but check it out. Only one of the sport models. The other 2 are the touring models. This is highly collectible, phenomenal machine. 10,000 miles, guys. Basically barely broken in. The next one up, this is another 1300cc. This is like they call these hyper bikes. This is a hyper touring bike. By that, 120 horsepower, 6-cylinder, inline 6, shaft drive. You put a pipe on these things, they sound like an F1 car. This thing is all original. Jeff took it right down to the frame, just the engine and frame was all that was left on it. He stripped it right down, redid the forks, tires, brakes. Unfortunately, we've got a 49-hour work order plus parts. We got a $5,600 work order on it, but this is a rare bird right here. You won't find another one.
And it's original paint.
Original paint, guys. Classic 40-year-old 6-cylinder. This is a hyper touring bike. That's a kick-ass piece. Listen to that exhaust note on that thing. Have a one owner since 1981 Suzuki GS250. They just had a full frame up redo. New paint, new powder coating, new chain and sprockets, new tires, new windshield, new saddle rack. Over $3,000 was put into this bike. It's probably more than it's worth has been put into it, but it was a labor of love by the original owner, and we went through it another time here, confirmed everything's on point. This thing's ready to go. Probably the nicest 81 250 in the country. Beautiful metallic blue paint job, metallic powder coating, kick-ass piece. Next up, we've got a world-class Honda 504 Cafe Racer. Tons of potential on this one. Wait till you hear the exhaust note on this thing. Saddle up, move them up, right. Classic, classic. Full up custom graphics, custom seat, clip-on bars, new tires, new chain. It's been super tuned by the Manic mechanic himself. Full video of this one online. Check it out. Sounds straight up badass. Next up, we've got a Honda 750 Shadow with the shaft. This came from the collection. Old boy who owned these passed. This is one of the bikes he passed away. We bought the whole collection of 13 bikes. Look at this thing. Original paint, tuned to perfection by the Manic mechanic, and polished to perfection by the detail shop here. This one's ready to go. 1984 VT700 Shadow. Guys, that was the year I graduated high school, like 37 years ago, man. This thing's a dime piece. Very low miles on it, too. Remember, full videos at kaplancycles.com of every one of these bikes. Billy Blythe pulling up on, this is a really unique piece. This is a 450 Honda Matic. Two-tone paint job, chrome, sapphire, candy sapphire, and dark blue. Candy sapphire blue. Beautiful. 2-speed automatic. If you got an issue, or you're a beginning rider, or you're handicapped, you can't work the clutch, or if you just want an easy bike to ride around, check this out. New tires on it, tuned to perfection, full video online, everything works like it did brand new. Very rare piece, highly collectible. We get a lot of phone calls for these. Even the original upholstery on the seat's beautiful on that thing. They're usually ridden into the ground. That is a nice one. What a beauty. There's another one that it took us about 6 months, way longer than it should have, but full frame up on this one. The mechanic did the crank bearings, boarded out, new piston, the engine's brand new. It went to the detail shop, new front fender, new rear fender, new tires, new chain, new paint on the gas tank, new graphics, new grips. It's been totally redone. I think the work order is like $3,000. Full video on this one online. That's an absolutely super rare Honda. Most of these were, again, ridden into the ground by hyperactive little kids. To find one like this completely rebuilt, they just don't come up. They come up needing restoration. They come up needing motor rebuilds, but to have one that was just professionally, mechanically restored, that's a winner. Honda, probably the ultimate play bike ever made, the XR250. I have one myself, a 2004. I love it. Total wheelie machine, bulletproof. These are all-day bikes. This is a beautiful piece. The seat cover, the tool bag, tires, everything's been done up on this thing, and it's ready to go. Full video on this one. The vintage Honda racing pad. She's a beauty. Next up, we've got a classic two-stroke. We'll bring back some memories right here. There's a Marty Smith replica Honda Elsinore CR250R. This thing is absolutely straight up pimped out completely. Look at the forks on this. They're normally yellow on the bottom. These are Simmons forks, guys. You can see where the Simmons sticker was on it. These forks retail for about $2,500 with the triple clamps. Brand new XL rims, Ovation, aluminum swing arm, Works Performance style shocks, brand new tires. Just an awesome vintage racer. It has a cone pipe on it. This actually has an upgrade with not just only the uni pod filter, but an oversized carburetor and a reed valve setup. This thing absolutely hauls the mail. The only thing it needs to be track ready is a set of steering head bearings, which we happen to just come in today. We didn't have time to install them, but you're going to get the steering head bearings, and the front fork right here needs to be welded. We'll take care of that. We'll have that done before we ship it out. Just has a little crack on the mount right there. We'll get that taken care of for you. Just a kick-ass piece, guys. Want to fire it up, ride her out so they can hear it. An executive decision. If you want to hear these run, it was getting pretty smoky in here with the two-stroke, so we're not going to start them all because there's a dozen of them and we probably have asphyxiation. But this is a CR125 Honda with a Technocell seat, two-stroke, FMF exhaust. Absolutely stunning, blood red, 1988. What a beautiful piece. Full video on this one online. This is an absolute ripper. If you're looking for an 125 class for AHMR racing, look no further. The next one up is the first big bore two-stroke Honda ever made. This is the first production 1981 450R. This is an absolutely museum quality piece. Stunning. From the top of the handlebars to the bottoms of the tires, everything's new or NOS new or polished or plated or painted. This thing's an absolute ripper. Full video of this one online. World class, first big bore air cooled Honda, and it is a looker. The next one up is a absolutely stunning. Now we're getting into the big bore stuff here. This is a 89. This is the one that makes Kenny's heart rate go up. This is an 89 CR500R. Guys, this is not restored. This is original. The original front fender, the original number plate, the original gas tank, the original grips on it, the original Honda 500R logos on the original plastics. It has original exhaust. The water pump are notorious on these for having issues over there. It's got a brand new entire water pump NOS case cover and water pump, and it's been tuned to perfection by the Wizard. It's Wizard tuned, ready to race. This thing's basically brand new. Good luck finding a nicer one. They're not out there. That's an 89. The next one up is a super rare 91 CR500. Videos are online of all of these running if you want to check them out. This one is stunning, original, unrestored. These came from a collector out of Rhode Island who had 4 basically brand new 500s with under 5 hours on them. We bought all of them. And you know how rare these are getting? The shifter cart guys are buying these up, and they're just disappearing. The next one up is an absolutely beautiful, this is my favorite year. This is a 97 CR500R. I don't know why, but I just love the way these things perform. They're absolute wheelie machines.
This is the factory freak at all the stock ones. I don't know.
We talked about that in the video. We've ridden a whole lot of CR500s over the years. Now and then you get one where maybe the molds were just right, or it was just the right, I don't know, just the magic happened. This thing is an absolute rocket ship. It's bone stock, very little vibration, runs, best running stock 500 I've ever been on, that 97. This one should need no introduction. This is the 25th anniversary of Built 500 Service Honda. This is a full factory level CR500. It's just like buying a factory bike. It has a full Millar Race Engineering motor with the engine and case porting, the intake, the carb. Full video on this one. I could talk about this one for 20 minutes. This is an absolute rocket ship. It's got the best of everything on it. The
same motor that's in my bike. I whole shot 6 out of 6 motos this past weekend.
It's an absolute beast. Full video online. If you bought one of these today, these are now, the 2021 model is $21,000. This has got, shooting from the hip, I think it was like $6,000 in the engine plus all the rest. It's close to a $30,000 bike. It's going to be sold for a fraction of that. If you're looking for a world-class two-stroke, this is it, man. This is as good as it gets. Next up is a really rare piece. This is a 500, but it's a 4-stroke 500. It's a full Athena race motor with the big bore. It has a full Recluse clutch. It's basically a brand new motorcycle. The rims, the bottom of the frame rails, loaded with custom trickery, Pro Taper pegs, Hoosier tires, Renthal bars, Ride Engineering triple clamps. This thing's an absolute rocket ship. Steiger Design Graphics. This is basically a brand new CRF 500, the only one in the country for sale today, and it's a world-class piece. Number 40 is an extremely limited edition OSA 250 Sport that's had a full frame-off restoration for everything you see here. It's not finished. There's a full video on it. It needs a couple components to be finished, but thousands of dollars of restoration work's been done. Rare, super rare OSA 2-stroke street bike. Next up, XR75 Project Bike number 1. It's a nice roller, lots of good parts on it. Gonna need a full restoration or a good parts bike. Next one up is an XR80. Same thing, gonna need a full restoration, 1984 model, good parts bike. Next one up is an XL100. It's got full engine block, exhaust, missing the front end and some other key components, but lots of good parts on there. Now we got some nice ones. This is a complete Honda 770F. Probably one of the best beginner trail bikes ever made. She's in good shape. It's all there. Been parked, been sitting for a long time. Gonna need a little mechanical work. The next one up is a Honda XR80. This is another classic mini bike, very popular with the kids. Run this thing around the clock. They take a licking and keep on ticking. Full disclosure videos on each one of these at kaplancycles.com.
Bring them down.
Next one up is, that's the XR, is the more modern CRF80. Beautiful bike. Lots to like about this one. One of the best trail bikes ever made. And then, of course, this one needs no explanation. If you're into motorcycle racing, probably the number 1 practice bike for the road racers, flat trackers, and motocross riders, and it's probably the world's best pit bike, the XR100. Next one up is a classic Honda SL100. I really wanted to restore this one, but Junior said we had way too many bikes and too much of a backlog, so we're letting this one go. Check it out. It's all there. Turn signals, headlights, everything's on that bike, including the exhaust. Very hard to find the components for those kind of bikes right now. Everything's there on this one. Easy restoration. Then we got a roller. This one's an XR250, complete roller, missing the motor. Lots of great parts on this one. Here we got a classic AJS Stormer. Awesome core bike, good roller. A lot of the components are there. Just needs a seat and some other stuff and a restoration. Classic motocrosser. Guys, here's one from my memory bank. My first street bike, a 72 Triumph Daytona 500. This has got a rebuilt motor in it and a lot of great components. One owner bike, 11,000 miles. Just needs a little mechanical restoration and you got a golden machine. Here's a classic KZ1300 4-cylinder with the 4-in-1 pipe and the pod air filters. Classic super bike waiting to be resurrected. Here's a 67 Honda S90 Super Sport. Huge cult following on these. This one's gonna go quick. They can put the 140 Daytona motors in these and make them street rippers, and they're really cool classics. Guys, check out this classic ATC 200 3-wheel from the Tony Johnson collection. That just shipped this up from Alabama. Nice wheels, nice tires. Just it turns over, it's not seized, just needs a little love. That's an easy fixer-upper. Next, we got a 79 RM125 Suzuki. It's all there except for the carburetor, rear fender, and some other components. Easy restoration on this one too. Great classic HMRA racer. Here we got another roller, donor. It's got the full floater suspension, forward axle forks, engine cases, tank, and frame. Great piece for restoration parts. Guys, here's a classic 1985 Suzuki GS 700 ES with a 4-in-1 Vance & Hines. airbox delete, and pod filters. This is a kick-ass super bike looking for a new home and a little bit of love. Here we got a KTM 250 MX or Enduro, missing just a seat and rear fender. This ought to be an easy restoration on a classic Austrian motocross off-road bike. Guys, this is the same bike my brother had when I was a kid. This is 76 RM100, lay down shocks last year, the low pipe, pretty much a modified TM100, kick-ass machine, easy restoration. We just spent a couple bucks having the gas tank painted and putting new graphics on it. It's a beautiful piece. We just don't have time to finish it. Our loss, your gain. That's going to be a kick-ass Arma racer. Guys, here's a Can-Am quad link with the Öhlins rear shock and the Marzocchi front forks, frame and roller with the wheels. What you see is what you get. Good parts bike. Full videos of every one of these at kaplancycles.com. This is a CB504. We got a Honda CB300. We got a Honda CB350. We got a Yamaha XS650. We got a Honda CB900. We've got a Suzuki TS250. I was out popping wheelies on yesterday. That's going to make somebody a kick-ass bike. We got a Honda CB450. We've got the Dynojet GS700 ES, the KZ1300, the Triumph Daytona, a sweet Honda CX500, beautiful machine, beautiful GS850, a classic Twin Star 200. We've got a Super Cub 50, kick-ass Ninja. It looks like it just came out of the box. Beautiful Ninja 250. And this is a 1,000-mile Armaki 125 Enduro. We got a really nice looking Suzuki TM250. Restoration's been started, just needs completion. Again, full videos on all of these. We got a Nighthawk 750, a GS850, low miles, good motor, just needs a tank and seat and some other love. Yamaha XS750 Special. This came from the 13 bike collection. Every one of the bikes ran. I'm sure this one will too. We got a Yamaha Maxim X700, another CX500 Custom, a KZ400, a 350 4-cylinder Honda, and a classic, one of the first years of the Honda moped.